Hey everyone, welcome to another week of bands. This is Mr. Aguilar, and this is the week of October 19th. So just want you to meet the band. I know you have already, but here we go. Mr. Longwill, Mr. Aguilar, and Mr. Shirk. Our faces are there. So some reminders. You must have your instruments set up before class begins. This is a must, and it's going to make us able to play for longer during class. A tip, if you're struggling with how to set up your instrument, watch the instrument assembly playlist on Mr. Longwill YouTube channel. Your practice record has to be signed by your parents. You got to get 5 days practicing in, 15 minutes each day. Here's a tip, make practicing into a game. Practice when you lose a life in a video game, practice during the commercials of a TV show, set a timer on your phone or tablet. Make practicing fun because it is fun. All band assignments can be done after school. All you have to do is go to that Mr. Longwill Google site or the Google Classroom, and you can see the assignments will be step-by-step listed there. Also, check out the YouTube videos because they're going to help you practice. Make sure you like and subscribe. So this week's assignment, first things first, attend the lesson or watch the video. So if you made it this far, you've already started step 1. Check out the new material for that week. Then complete your Flipgrid. Make sure you're posting to the right school. Then you're gonna leave 2 Flipgrid comments. Make sure you're following all the appropriate netiquette guidelines. Leave positive, constructive feedback. Then you're gonna practice 5 days, 15 minutes each day, and work on material from class. New songs for the week, or old songs, or something that you just like. Then submit your practice record, have your parents sign it, and sign the final page. Don't submit it until you've reached 5 days of practice. Then when everything's done, you're gonna do this. Go to the Google Classroom and click Turn In on the assignment. After you've done all that, you're done for the week. Some reminders, your practice record is due each week by your next class. Don't click Turn In until your practice record is done. You have a question? Submit all questions on the Google Classroom stream. Make sure you have your instrument book and materials ready before each class. Very important. The play-along tracks are on Mr. Longwill's YouTube channel, and all songs will have play-along tracks. All students must complete the Flipgrid on the Mr. Longwill Google site. Make sure you're submitting to the right school and the right grade. When all your work is finished, including the practice sheet, click Turn In for the assignment on Google Classroom. So if you're in 5th grade, your songs are this. Here's some review we're gonna do. Lightly Row, which is number 25. Focus on these 5 notes. If you're a flute, low brass, or bells, you have B flat to F. If you're a clarinet or trumpet, you have C to G. We also have Twinkle Twinkle, which is number 131. Focus on the new note. If you're a flute, low brass, or bell, you have a G. If you're a clarinet or trumpet, you have an A. All the fingerings in the fingering charts / slide charts / bell charts are going to be on the Mr. Longwill Mr. Longwill Google site. So review your notes using the fingering / position charts on the reference info tab on the Mr. Longwill Google site. So here's what we have new. Jingle Bells, which is number 38. Make sure you're focusing on dynamics. Dynamics changes how loud or soft you'll play each note. Wind instruments will allow more for louder or less air for softer. And percussion students will strike the key faster for louder, slower for softer. We got piano, which means play softly, less air / strike slower. Mezzo forte, which is a normal volume. And then we have forte, which means play louder, more air / strike faster. Another song we have for this week is the dreidel song, which is number 39. Focus on the pickup note. What is a pickup note, you ask? Pickup notes are played before the first full measure. The note takes its value from the last measure, so the last measure will actually be shorter. You can check that out in the dreidel song. So, a tip, review the technique for playing with dynamics louder and softer on the reference info tab on the Mr. Longwill Google site. If you are in 6th grade, here's our review. You have alouettes, which is number 60. Remember, it's got those dotted half notes. Dotted half notes get 3 beats. And just so you know, adding a dot adds half the value to the note. So if you add a dot to a 2-beat half note, then it's actually going to equal 3 beats. Camptown Races is number 62. Focus on your tied notes. What does tying mean, you ask? Tying 2 notes together means you'll play the first, then hold through the second, as shown there below. Don't forget to tongue or articulate the notes when you are playing. So here's something new. You got Morning, which is number 69 from the Peer Again suite. Focus on a 3/4 time and also dynamic. So a couple things to focus on here. 3/4 time means that there are 3 beats per measure. And dynamic contrast is the difference between loud and soft. So make sure you're playing both loud in this tune and soft. We also have the Mexican clapping song, which is number 71. Focus on accents. Accents are notes that are not only louder, but also blowing a little more air, blowing air a little harder. So to review that, change the dynamics, allow more or less air, accents, punch the note, or blow the note a little harder. So here are some hashtags for the week. Hashtag Mr. Longwill, hashtag Mr. Aguilar, hashtag 5 days, 15 minutes, exclamation point, hashtag get out and go practice. So if you made it this far and you feel like the slides went a little too fast, you can go back and click pause on any of the slides you need to revisit. Thanks a lot, everyone, and get out and go practice.